Thank you for watching this snapshot video from LCG. So we've had some economic data from the UK. We want to look at how that affects the British pound. So actually this data on the whole has been, I would say, okay. So unemployment still at 42-year lows in the UK, and wage growth slightly higher than expectations, 2.1% year over year versus expectations of 2.0%. Now the trouble is that we had data yesterday where inflation is at 3%. So obviously inflation, prices are rising by 3%, yet wages are falling behind, only rising 2%. So that's a squeeze on the cost of living. That's potentially a problem for the economy going forward. But where does this put the British pound? Well, it initially reacted positively to today's data, but over this week, it's been falling. A lot of the fall came after comments from Bank of England Mark Carney, where he thinks actually inflation is going to top out around 3%, and so perhaps less need for a rate hike going forward. The flip side of that, of course, is that the cost of the squeeze of living is going to be minimised as well, assuming that wages stay around these current levels. So it's economic data on one point, and obviously on the other front, in the minds of investors at the moment, is the prospect of a Brexit with no deal. So at the moment, it seems like probably the economic situation hasn't materially changed, whereas there's this forefront concern about a no deal Brexit. So let's look at the charts now for the euro against the pound and the pound against the dollar, and just see where all this puts us. Okay, we're on the LCG trader platform. Let's have a look at this sterling against the dollar chart. This is the daily candlestick chart, and as you can see, we're down on the day today. We had a slight bounce off the lows after the data, but it's not getting much follow through. And as I mentioned yesterday, that downdraft following the inflation data and the comments from Mark Carney. So at the moment, I would characterize this as a downtrend in the short to medium term in the pound. You can see we've fallen below the 20-day moving average. We bounced up to retest the 20-day moving average and the 133 level and the 50% retracement of this latest drop, and all those together have pushed prices lower. So the next potential floor in prices is the 131.20, where we had a strong rebound last week, and then the lows, which is around 130.50. And the bottom of that more recent decline. And why could they potentially hold up prices? Well, I think because I'm still generally positive on the pound on the larger time frame, just because we are still seemingly above this 20-week moving average, above this rising trend line. So we're still in the longer term uptrend in my mind. And at the moment, we're retesting a support which comes from these former resistance levels, just somewhere above the 130 level. So what could potentially happen here? I would expect the sellers to want to try and retest these lows around 130.50. There's certainly a potential that we actually go and test the round number down at 130. But the longer term rising trend line to me would suggest that actually the pound can still rebound further from here in the next few weeks. Shifting gears very quickly to the euro against the pound, similar situation. We've had a massive rally in the pound, a massive drop in the euro, and a rebound in the euro recently, but it's paused at the 50% retracement of that decline, and then we had a massive bearish engulfing candlestick for the day, and we've come down and we've just found some support at the 20-day moving average. And again, the pound has been losing value, the euro has been gaining value over the past couple of days, but to my mind, this rebound, this drop away from the 50% level and this bearish engulfing candlestick would to me suggest that actually the pound has a good chance of staying below the sort of 90 key round number, which in part caused this big drop to the downside, and then could cause a test of this 87.50 level at the lows. So that was just our quick snapshot on the pound against the euro and the dollar, and what the latest unemployment data means in the context of the overall UK economy, and of course the latest Brexit developments. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and of course if you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the LCG channel on YouTube and Facebook.